Hey, I'm Shmicksy,
I'm Tweak Bigfoot, and you're watching
the third floor.
Third Floor.
How's it going today, Nick?
Dude, I'm so good. I've been eating spicy food today, so like my insides are all warm. I'm talking like McChickens, chips. I also worked out, so it kind of cancels each other out, but it's been pretty good. Having a good first day back to work. How about you?
Sick, man. Glad to hear you're doing good and you're warm and well fed, literally. I'm doing good.
I like
I
it.
got my coffee here. I just made it before we started the podcast, just so everyone knows I'll be caffeinated and really excited to talk about the new Black Ops trailer that dropped
Oh,
and the
baby.
Xbox news. There's a lot. So I'm doing good. I'm excited to talk. And yeah, I've been thinking about this one for a little while, but I really got excited, like genuinely excited
Yeah.
when Nick sent me the trailer actually this morning. So thanks for sending that. It
Oh, dude,
got
I'm
me
on
pretty
it.
hyped.
You're welcome. You know what you got to do? You got to mix your G Fuel with your coffee. Like just shake it together.
Yeah,
And you'll
actually,
be,
one time I mixed it. So instead of water, I used Mountain Dew,
oh, how's
and
that?
it was powerful. Like when you shake
Yeah, yeah.
pre-workout and then it kind of pops. It was like that, but extreme. Like I shook it, and then it went like this, and the carbonation was just boof, like it just popped open big time. So that got me hyped.
It's gonna be your
I've played
heart
some
one
pretty
day.
good Halo. Yeah, yeah, it'll be tough on the old system.
Yeah, boom.
Before we start, I wanted to plug our Twitches again. If you haven't followed us yet on Twitch, twitch.tv/tweakbigfoot and twitch.tv/schmicksy. We go on there the odd time, have some fun. And that way,
Yeah.
if you do want to communicate with us in real time, it's a lot easier. And you could come in the chat and talk to us, one-on-one, or if there's other people in the chat, you can talk with them too. But that way, it's just a little more personal instead of just commenting. So if you want to do that, go and follow our Twitches. It'll be down in the description below.
Yeah, and, dude, and honestly, and Jared's one follow away from being an affiliate. So like, one more person has to go and follow him, or I'll just make a fake account. But I want a real person to go and do it. Real
Preferably.
person, yeah, real person. One more follow would be huge. Our YouTubes are also in the description. We're posting there pretty frequently. So that's kind of where we are. That's where we're at. That's where you can find us.
Yeah, make sure to sub to the YouTube channels because there's a lot of, I always say this about Nick's channel, he's got a lot of variety from really dark philosophical stuff like Detroit Become Human all
Love
the way
it.
to Animal Crossing, where he's just going to go and have fun in the flowers. Like it's
Mhm.
beyond diverse. So if you want something like that, definitely check his channel out. And if you want to just get sweaty and watch a bunch of snipers gameplay, I can hook you up with that too.
Oh, dude,
always
that
fun.
was so fire. A 4v1 and you,
Nice.
oh man, that was fire.
Yeah,
I
that was
literally
a
got burnt.
fun game.
Oh yeah, I'd hate to be those kids, man. Oh my goodness.
Oh, I know. I felt bad in a way because it was like I just pooped on him in the end, and like, oh, there was one play that actually got me fired up. The one I clipped because like,
Oh, that was sick.
oh,
That's
it
gonna be in
felt
the
good.
description. That is a good video. Honestly, it's such
Thanks, bro.
a sick video. Yeah,
Thanks, man.
easily the best Halo player I know personally. No cap. Like the best Halo player I personally know.
Well,
Uppy.
thanks, man. I appreciate it. I'm trying to get better, and it's a fun game that you can. It's one of those high skill ceiling games
Yeah.
where you can get good at it, but like to actually get really good at it, it'll take forever. So an easy game to understand, but a tough game to master. That's why I
Master,
love Halo.
impossible. But today we're
Well,
not talking about Halo.
yeah, we're going to talk about a game that both of us are very familiar with the series. And Nick, I can probably speak for both of us when I say that we are so friggin' hyped that there's
Yeah.
actually a Black Ops sequel. Not Black Ops 5 or anything like that, but actually
thank goodness.
something that's going back to Black Ops 1 style with Cold War.
Mhm.
So go ahead and tell us, like, what happened in the trailer? What was your first thoughts?
First thoughts, I was like, okay, I'm watching an action movie. I like how they cut it together. Like, you ever play GTA Vice City?
I didn't play it, but I watched them. Yeah.
Yeah, I got like a weird vibe. Like when they were in the Miami map, I got a weird
Yeah.
vibe. But like they hop out of the van, it's like kind of like a low, like Havana kind of thing. And I was like, this feels nice. And then immediately it switches over to like to the Crossroads map and then Armada, and like it's just going through cycling places. I really like it. I really like the gameplay. To me looks fluid. The graphics look pretty good. I watched it in 1080p. I know it's
Mhm.
1650 80K whatever. But like
yeah.
but like to me, it looks sick, and I like the vibe they're going for. Like they're not redoing Black Ops 1, and they're not doing Black Ops 2. This is like a sequel in the middle, and I'm really excited. I like
Yeah.
a bunch of aspects I'm going to get into. First glance, though, I was like, this looks sick. Looks
Nice.
incredible. How about yourself?
I agree. On that Miami bit, I really liked how it started with like, "What the f are we doing in Miami?"
What the fuck are we doing in Miami?
And it kind of like
Yeah,
bleeped it out on the Facebook one anyway. I don't know if it did on the YouTube one.
it did in
It
the
was kind of
trailer, yeah.
funny. And yeah, a lot of interesting first impressions I had. Like the music was sick.
Oh,
The way he
yeah.
like puts in the headphones with his
This
what do you
Walkman
call
or
those?
whatever.
Walkman.
Yeah,
Like yeah, like probably with like a tape in it kind of thing.
yeah,
So I mean, any boomers watching, they'll understand. Um,
100%.
yeah, it looked really good. Like you said, it's supposed to be the engine running on PS5, so it looked sick.
Looks
I
crispy.
watched, yeah, like I watched it in 1080p and it still looked awesome.
Oh
So I
yeah.
mean, it looked fine with me. Um, before I go any further, I guess we should mention that if you haven't seen the trailer yet, we'll have it both in our descriptions
Oh,
below.
definitely.
So if you haven't watched it yet, pause this video and open up
Watch it.
the open up the Cold War trailer and watch that, and then come back. Just so you have a little bit better understanding of what we're talking about, because it was a hype trailer. It was sick. I think it's only like 3 minutes long, but it gives you packs a lot in.
I want to take a guess and say it's 347. Oh, it's 317. Ah, crap.
Oh, okay, close.
It looks incredible. The score they had for it was unreal. Score, soundtrack, whatever. It was just exciting.
Yeah.
Modern Warfare
so I
looks
mean, my
sick,
first impressions were sick, but what did you have any issues with it, or like what did you think for negatives?
My very first thought, I was like, man, it must suck to just be rushing, because like everyone just shoots on them, they poop on them, they shit on them, they shit all over them. Every time there's like a video game villain, it's like, oh, they're rushing.
Yeah.
That was my very first thought.
Yeah, it's true.
But it looked good. I was like, it looked good. Do I have any concerns? Maybe like a little bit, but also I don't know. I'll have to wait and see. Right off the top of my head, though, the only thing that kind of worried me was like you see all the vehicles, and I'm hoping that's not on every map. I'm hoping that's a game mode. Like I love the idea of vehicles, but I don't want a tank to be rolling around every map. You know, I want it to be like a certain game mode I play. So I'm assuming that's going to be not on every map, but.
Yeah, I'm really glad you brought that up. That was my first main concern. Was the trailer from start to finish had a big emphasis on vehicles, snowmobiles, tanks, helicopters, boats, which is fine. But now again, going to last episode, maybe it's a nostalgia thing, but I don't really want it to be like Battlefield. I want it to be like Black Ops, you know? So yeah, I agree. I hope it's kind of within its own game mode or some kind of playlist that facilitates vehicles, but I hope that's not the entire game.
No, I like quick, path from that. For anyone that played Batman Arkham Knight, they introduced a vehicle in that, like you drive the Batmobile, and they made the whole game around it, and it sucked. It was not fun because the whole concept of the game was driving this car, and I was like, I don't want that. So I hope, obviously it's a different game, but I hope they don't kind of do the same thing where like, let's just shove vehicles and everything. Let's just get them all in there. Because I'll go play Battlefield if I want that.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's my only real concern. Was like exactly what you said. I'm glad you brought it up. That emphasis on vehicles that just seemed like it's cool. It's action packed. It's big. I guess the only other concern would be the big maps that have to facilitate the vehicles, of course. So they kind of come hand in hand. But as long as they're able to balance that into its own playlist, that's fine. But when I go to play like Team Deathmatch 6v6, I'm hoping I don't have to expect boats every time I'm on a water map and tanks. No.
No, I think it's going to be good. And dude, on the note of maps, I'm going to jump in on that. I keep looking over here because my second monitor has all the maps that have been released and like all the details. So far, we've seen Armada. That's the one with the tank. It's kind of like snowy, foresty. Then you've got Crossroads, which is in Afghanistan and deep into Uzbekistan. Then you've got Miami. Then you've got Miami, and then you've got Moscow, and then you've got Satellite. And I want to touch on this because I'm seeing no remakes. I'm assuming there will be remakes, and it's fine. But so far, I'm seeing just brand new, meticulously crafted maps. To take a quote from the blog on Activision, I'm seeing these nice brand new maps. I'm not seeing Jungle 6 or like Summit 5. I think Summit's in the game. It's been kind of leaked, which I'm cool with. But I'm liking that they're leading with brand new maps right off the bat. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about that last week about nostalgia. If you haven't seen that episode, go ahead and check it out. It's an important thing to think about because you can use nostalgia to appeal to gamers like us that remember the good old days when it was 2011 and we wanted to play Black Ops 1 and experience Summit for the first time or Nuketown for the first time.
Big time.
But at the same time, we don't want to burn them out. kind of like Destiny 2 is doing, where they're putting
Yep.
away old content and bringing in stuff from way back that they're just making the graphics better. And I'm glad that's not what's going on with Black Ops Cold War, by the look of the trailer anyway.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
yeah, new maps, that's big. Makes me excited to have like make some new memories during COVID.
Yeah.
You know, to be able to just go and experience a whole new map that we've never seen before.
New map system, new map, everything. It to me it looks sick. Like it just, I'm from the trailers we saw. Like I know they're gonna be stylized movie trailers, but like the maps look crispy, dude.
Yes.
Like they look real good.
Yeah, like if they can, like of course some are gonna have to be very basic 3-lane designs, just like classic Treyarch maps. But if they want to have something more than 3-lane maps, and hopefully they have, you know, even that level with the ship, where it's kind of like on like a freight ship.
Yeah.
If they could have it similar to Black Ops 2, where there was like elevation differences and kind of a deck where, you know, some people could be above you. Not, you don't just have to look straight ahead, but they could be above you. That kind of stuff is really important in an FPS to me, because it brings a lot more variety, and you can get shot from a different angle, and you can shoot down from different angles. And I hope that kind of stuff sticks in the multiplayer design. We don't really know how it's going to play, but at least it looks cool.
And it looks like we won't for a while, because according to this, the first open we have, or the first early access we have, is for PlayStation. No, we're not buying a PlayStation, so can't do that one. The first one for Xbox is going to be Thursday, October 15th. It's the first time we're going to be able to get our hands on it if we've pre-ordered.
Yeah, and that's still more than a month from now.
That's a month, and PlayStation gets it like a week ahead of time. So for us, like it's gonna be a while to see these maps turn out. I know there's like gameplay footage up that I haven't particularly watched a ton of yet, but I want to, and I'm really looking forward to see these maps turn out. Gunplay, maps, everything.
Yeah, I'm excited too. I think for a Halo kid like me, the gunplay is so important, and the maps. Sometimes you can have a map that doesn't even look that good. Thankfully, it looks like they are going to look good no matter what.
Yeah.
But to me, what's more important is how are they going to play? How are they going to be engaging enough that I could go and replay them time and time and time and time and time again? Because if I'm going to push for prestige and I'm going to take this game serious, I don't want to get stuck in a monotonous 3-lane map grind that doesn't do anything for me.
I completely agree. Like there's maps in Halo and in Modern Warfare that like we'll play. Like there's one in Halo, and it's got a pelican on it, and every time we load in, we're like, I hate this map. Before I even like get into it, I'm like, I hate this map.
I think that's Echelon.
Yes, it is Echelon. Sure. It's Echelon, and like I see it on the queue, I almost want to dodge because I hate the map. So I'm hoping I don't get any vibes like that from Cold War. I know every game's gonna have a weak map, but I don't want it to be toxic enough to the point where I'm like, I hate playing this map, which ruins this match for me. Yeah,
that's a good point. We never want to have it so that people are trying to dodge out. And like the MCC actually had problems with that when it first launched, because people were dodging because they'd see a certain map and they'd restart their build. And it's like, nice, dude. Like, I mean, again, it is kind of on the player's fault for just being a butthole, but there has to be some kind of measure to prevent that. And the best measure, before you even have to have moderation or any kind of banning system, just do what you should do. Have maps that aren't going to bore people. Hopefully that's what we have.
Shout out to my friend Jake. He said, we were playing Modern Warfare, and he's like, dude, I hate Piccadilly. I wish they had a map system where you could just be like, I want to play on these 4 maps. Yeah, it may make your match time a lot longer, like waiting for a game, but it's like, man, if I just hate Echelon, I want to be able to queue in to not Echelon.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah, especially in a social atmosphere, like I could see ranked being a problem, because without map rotation, then it wouldn't really
be good.
Hedge, because then in a competitive scene, you're not going through the whole rotation.
Right.
But in a social scene, like with the MCC, sorry to keep bringing it up, they have a match composer. And so you can choose what kind of game types and which game, right? Do you only want to play Halo 3, or do you just want to play all of them except Halo 1 or that kind of thing? But they don't have maps. If they did do that, that could be a good thing. You could say, I don't want to play on this certain map. So I could see that coming in the future as kind of a FPS standard, to be able to have a match composer where you can select certain playlists and veto other playlists and other maps and game modes. So hopefully.
I agree with you. In a ranking, it would you can't have it, because you just have the one guy that's like, okay, I'm really good at Echelon, so I'm just going to keep queuing in Echelon until I get to Onyx. So I see why it'd be a problem there. But social, like, I don't see an issue with it.
That's to have fun and get clips and
Yeah,
chill with the
mess
boys. Yeah.
around. So I'm excited for it. What are some features you're looking forward to seeing in this game? Like, what do you want to see?
Well, um, like we always talk about, I want a full game at launch.
Yes.
I don't want to pay for the rest of Cold War half a year from now. Like, I don't want it to be like March and it's like, oh, if you buy this first map pack DLC, then you'll have the complete package. And it's like, no, no, I should have got the complete package on November 13th of 2020. So that's what I'm hoping is just a kick-ass campaign,
Oh, yeah.
a multiplayer, like we've been saying, that has the vehicles and all the stuff they're showing in the trailer, but also uh, some really consistent 66 maps that are going to perform well and not just be 3-lane. So a solid multiplayer, and then we'll talk about it a little bit more. But at the end, we saw that there's going to be some zombies involved too.
Yes, there is.
So
Thank
if they can have a
goodness.
6 zombies mode, yeah, that to me that's the full package. Those
That's
three
right
things.
there.
The only difference with a game like Halo for me would be instead of zombies, you'd have firefight
Yep.
or some kind of like episodic adventure that you can do that's a PvE mode. But for Call of Duty, this is so standard to Black Ops 1, where they had an awesome campaign in the Cold War era with JFK
Wonderful.
and all the boys. And then they had a sweet multiplayer that just kept giving me cool maps and cool guns, and then an awesome zombies mode that had multiple maps and a bonus like Dead Ops Arcade. So if they can replicate that, which is what it looks like, that's exactly what I'm looking for. Give me the full package and I'll be pretty satisfied.
Couldn't agree more. I don't like if you're gonna give me free like maps that I have to buy later, that's fine. But don't pitch them like they shouldn't have come in the game. Like they shouldn't be based. They're gonna be new maps that I want to get. Ideally, they're just in the game originally. Like, just give it to me like they are, or free updates. If they're gonna be free updates, okay, whatever. But I don't want to be paying for it. I don't want it. Excuse me, get some water. I also want a pick 10 system.
Oh. So are you like quite an advocate of like the pick 10 from Blops 4 and how that worked, or because I don't really know too much about what you think about Blops 4.
I actually love Blops 4 more than it's probably like top 5 Call of Duties for me. I think pick 10 is very important because otherwise you're just going to get weird systems. Like you can have in Modern Warfare, you can have like five attachments permanently, but like beyond that, you can have a bunch of perks and other things. I think when you have to do pick 10, like X amount of, if you just have like 9 attachments, that's great. Do that. But if you want to do something else, change it up,
Okay.
Just going to quickly fix this. Go ahead.
I don't know. I feel like, not to just be controversial, but I find that the pick 10 kind of bothered me because then everybody, like there'd be one guy that had like all the perks.
Yeah.
Where he was silent, but he also could run really fast and really long, and he also was just about impenetrable with frag grenades or stuff like that. Like he had all these different things, and he also had hardline on top of those things, so he could get his kill streak earlier.
Yep.
But then there was the other guy that, like you said, had 9 attachments on his gun. So he had a primary with no secondary, but he had like everything on it, like full metal jacket, suppressor, stock, all these things. And so to me, it almost felt similar to Destiny in a way where there was almost too much randomness on Black Ops 4 part. So I don't know. It probably comes down to preference.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I get it. Like pick 10 is not for everybody. People hate it. I loved the COD point system where you like had to save up and buy what you wanted. Not many people like that. I don't want to see it come back though. Don't bring that back.
Okay.
But yeah, it's definitely a unique system. Pick 10, and I totally agree with you. There's always that one dink who's got like this weird class that works, and you somehow can't like beat him and kill him. Hopefully, it doesn't happen again. But
there is probably ways to balance the pick 10.
Right.
I wouldn't be the one to talk to because I've only played Blops 4 to like, 4 prestiges, I think. Maybe 3 prestiges.
Pardon me.
So like we understand the game, but like, yeah, I don't know how you'd solve that problem for like indefinitely. But.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you. It makes me think like we went back to Black Ops 1 like a week ago. We started playing again, and there was just dinks with noob tubes on there all day long because they could just scavenge it up again, and it sucked. It was annoying. Yeah. So I don't want to see crap like that happen. And if pick 10 is gonna make that enabled, then I don't want it. So
yeah, I guess it is all about balancing the sandbox so that even if there's an OP weapon, it can't be exploited with 9 attachments or something outrageous like that. Yeah. Switching gears a little bit, I'd like to know, what are you expecting from zombies?
Oh, we're both big zombies guys. I want two modes. I want classic zombies like Black Ops 1. None of this Easter egg bullshit. Like, I love the Easter eggs. I'm not going to complete them. And I want to just have a map where it's just, let's kill zombies, see how long we can last. The second mode, I want to be Easter egg. So even if it's just like the same map with the Easter egg enabled, that's great. I love the classic zombies. It's so fun to me, like when we go back and play it. So I want like zombies with a good story, because like 5 had a good story. And Kino der Toten and like all those maps had a good story to them. So I want a good overarching story. It's not too complicated, but I also want to kill down zombies. And I would love to see classic weapons. I would love to see like Return to the MP40, the PPSH. Like, give me some old school weapons as well.
Yeah. Okay. I can't agree more. Did you played Moon, right?
Yeah, I did.
So such a, like, it was deep. There was story to it, but it was only story that if you wanted to see it, you would see it yourself.
Exactly.
It was never forced on you. And personally, I don't have much experience with the newer zombies modes, but it seems like it's almost like a story, and it's almost like its own little PvE campaign that's kind of stuck into a side mode. So, or at least that's what Black Ops 4 tried to do. And I would advocate for what you're saying, where you have two different modes, where one's kind of a classic, where it's more arcadey and it's all about shooting zombies, and then if you want something a little more exposition down your throat with the Easter eggs and all those kinds of story elements, you can do that. So I think that's a great idea. And yeah, if there's anything to attest to, Nick and I just played Blops 1 Zombies. We were on Kino der Toten. We went to 5. I was JFK and he was what's his name?
Castro.
Fidel Castro. Yeah. And like, it's so fun. It's so sick. It's the way the story is there. If you want to play with it, not understand it, it's there. But if you want to just shoot zombies and scream and have fun and be a kid again, it's there too. So like, if it's anything like that, I'm gonna be just thrilled. Like, it'll be awesome if it's anything like that.
How would you feel if they remastered like Doris, Verrucht, the classic ones, and then put a $10, $20 price tag on it? Would you buy it?
It's a good question.
I mean, ideally, I want them for free. Like, give them to me for free. I bought all the Blops 1 zombies. I didn't care about Blops 2 zombies. I bought all the Blops 3 zombies because they were my favorite, 1 and 3. Will I buy them again? Probably. If it's Doris, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, because like, if like the culture was really around Twitch streamers getting together and playing, and the place everyone was playing was on Cold War, and you couldn't really get a game on Doris on Black Ops 1, with the Resurrection game or Resurrection map pack, then I'd probably get it. But if I could get the same experience just with lesser graphics on the 360, I might do that.
Stick with it. I get that.
I don't know. I'm kind of in the middle.
Okay.
But I respect what you're saying, where it's like, it is such a good map that I wouldn't feel too bad throwing $10 at getting a map that's with a brand new engine and what would it be? A 9-year better game.
Oh yeah, at least.
You know, like, it's it's definitely something that they could do, but like you said, it would be better if they just made it free, just for legacy.
Yeah, give it to me. I've already bought it like 3 or 4 times. The same map pack. Give it to me. Or the same map. I'm just like, give it to me for free. I want classic weapons. Like, give me this new Cold War stuff, which will probably just be reskin weapons. But like, I want to get the old weapons. I want Juggernog. I miss Juggernog. That wasn't in Black Ops 3. No, it was. No, it wasn't. Black Ops 3, it's something else.
We want the MP40. We want the stakeout.
Yes, give me the stakeout.
Like, we went to that room actually when we were playing, and something about that room, it's just cool. There's an MP40 on the bottom half, and there's a stakeout out on the top, and there's that staircase. Like, I don't know, there's something so special to me about like Kino der Toten and 5 that I hope, if they could even come close to those kinds of classic Cold War era weapons. Oh man, I guess I'm getting just like literally jittery right now, because I'm thinking between the 3 modes, like the campaign itself is what I'm gonna have to play to start with for my own little rule.
I'll play with you.
Campaign through. Yeah, we can play co-op if that's an option, I hope.
Better be. What is it,
But like
Halo?
those 3 modes, like think of how much content is there. That is like
Big time.
days and days and days of
Yep.
content. So that gets me excited, especially when I'm in a Halo Infinite drought where
Mhm.
it got canned for another at least
6 months.
till 2021, and we're hoping earlier. But
Mhm.
yeah, I got time to burn and passion to replay. Well, not replay, but I guess visit the Cold War era just with better graphics and with all my friends that are going to be playing it.
Oh yeah, because like I'm getting it. I'm playing it. You know what I want to see? I want to see a zombies prestige system. They had it in Black Ops 3, and I actually liked it. It was just like prestiging online, but it was like it doesn't really get you anything. I just liked it because I was like, I'm playing anyway. Why not
It gives
get
you a reason.
experience? Yeah, gave me experience. I'm like prestige 5 or 6, I think. Four or
Really?
6 in
Wow, you
right.
actually grinded, dude.
Oh yeah, dude. Me and the boys
Those
at
are college
college.
days, probably.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. So I'm probably responsible for 2 of those prestiges, maybe 3, and then the boys are like 2 or 3 of them as well. It was a good time, and I want to play it. So
That's sick, man.
I'm hoping Zombies comes in.
Not a bad idea to incentivize.
Yeah, I mean, even if it literally gives you nothing or just like a new Zombies icon, I don't even care. Just give me something cool.
Yeah, no, that's fair, dude. I think it's always good to, like, for our own psychology, it's good to gamify things, and yeah, something as simple as an icon or a badge can like give you that motivation to be like, oh yeah, like okay, I'll do another round of 20 at least and get some XP.
I'm just yeah, I agree with you. Give me that extra incentive, you know?
Yeah.
I'm just scrolling through the Activision blog here. I didn't really look at all of it until now. I'm kind of scrolling through it. And this kind of goes back on the pick 10 system a little bit. Apparently, loadouts can be outfitted with 4 or with class-changing wildcards, which can provide one of 4 bonuses. And the bonuses are grant 8 attachments for a primary weapon,
Holy crap!
carry up to 6 perks, double the number of lethal and tactical equipment given on spawn, or carry 3 perks from any category, rather limited to 1 of each. So that's a little wild.
I don't know, like, I guess that's the reason why I'm skeptical of pick 10 is because you can have one guy that's running around with his fists that like can't be killed because he can't be killed by grenades, and he can sprint and he's silent. Like, it's so weird. It just reminds me of Destiny, where there's so much imbalance between, like, the sandbox is almost too big at that point. Not quite enough restriction, but I don't know. Call me a communist. I just want everyone to be the same.
I agree with you, dude. I agree with you. I don't want to have someone so overpowered, and hopefully they'll balance it. Hopefully they are. This is also a little interesting. However, outside of loadouts, score streaks make a return with several significant changes. In this new system, earned score is kept through death, giving all players a chance at earning those visceral and fun tools that can turn the tide of battle. However, these score streaks, especially higher end rewards, must still be earned through playing plenty of score. Must be earned through earning plenty of score via elite gameplay. Those who string together multiple kills before death will earn a score streak bonus, which can aid significantly in earning the game's most powerful score streaks. So I'm wondering if they're like 5,000 for a gunship, and you get like 100 per kill, or something crazy.
Yeah, well, it's a little scary the way they're talking about, like, I haven't read this, by the way. This is the first time I'm hearing it.
Right.
It's a little scary to hear they want everyone to experience the kill streak, because then it might devalue getting it. But I guess it depends. Like, if it's like you said, 5,000 points and 100 kills is a point, 50 is an assist or whatever, you're gonna have to work to get it. But
you have to really work.
Like, I didn't mind the way they used, like, remember Modern Warfare 3 with the support?
Yeah.
Where, you could die, but then the perks were just not quite as cool. It's not like you get an attack helicopter. So if they do it like that, I wouldn't mind. They just have to alter the perks a little bit.
Exactly. There's one more big change coming out, and it's with more points of motion and physics effects, operators' movements. 2 things. Score streaks also have cooldowns, preventing players from spamming score streaks repeatedly. And some even exist to counter other score streaks outside of traditional anti-score streak measures. So that's pretty cool. That might help the spam nature.
Yep.
This point I'm reading here, it says, with even more points of motion and physics effects, operators' movement will feel more lifelike than before. On top of these visual advancements, expect 4 new refinements in movement to be introduced in Black Ops Cold War. Sprint takeoff. Operators automatically receive a burst of speed when starting a sprint, then settle down to a normal sprint speed. Sliding. Slides start in and end in a crouch position for a more believable movement pattern. Okay. Footstep control. Faster movement makes more noise. A slower movement doesn't make as much sound. Players can further reduce the sound of their footsteps while sprinting with the return of the classic ninja perk. So ninja's back. And finally, expect more natural height in jumps, which briefly slows an operator down as they land.
Little less Titanfall-y.
Yeah, little less Titanfall. Thank goodness. I mean, I love Titanfall, but if I want to play it, I'll play Titanfall, not Infinite Warfare.
Not Black Ops 3.
No. What do you think about these 4 changes that I guess are standard?
Ninja's fine. I like to play stealthy sometimes, especially with a sniper, so that's kind of cool. I guess the other 3, like, if they aid in balancing the sandbox, I'll live with it.
Yeah, right.
It's whatever. I guess that's the problem. I don't have much to say because I guess once we play a beta, then I'll have some opinions. Then I'll probably start making like consistent YouTube videos on Cold War, because there'll just be more to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, what are your thoughts? Like, do you think that the sandbox can be balanced with those kind of elements being brought back, or what do you think?
I think it will be because everyone's going to have them. So it's like if nobody had them and everybody had them, it'd be no different. Everyone's the same. I think if it was like an optional thing, like, oh, you can have one less perk, but you'll have better jumps. Like, okay, that's not balanced now. So I think it's perfectly balanced as everything should be. I don't have a knife, but
oh, nice.
I don't know. I'm gonna use this.
So no, you're good.
I can't do it.
I got you, Thanos. Remember with like Halo 5, it was kind of like this power fantasy where you could sprint, thrust, fly around, and
do whatever,
body slam, all that stuff. I worry a little bit sometimes because I think if we get too many abilities as base abilities and things that you don't just kind of pick up, and I know it's hard to compare because in Halo there's power-ups, whereas in COD there's kill streaks.
Right.
So it's a little bit different, but I almost wonder like if they could implement something, maybe not in this game, but maybe for the next COD game, like they did with Modern Warfare 3, where there was that specialist perk system where you kind of elevated up and you earn different perks. I think that could be a valuable thing to balance things, just so that even if there is a snowball effect, at least they've earned those kinds of perks and they're not just like, it's not a base trait for each character.
Yeah, I agree with you, because that would not be fun. That would be a bit different. You'd be like, well, what do we even go from here?
Yeah, because power fantasy is nice.
It is.
To an extent, because even in a social team deathmatch situation, if everyone is just absolutely berserk with power-ups, I mean, I'm glad they're nerfing jump. I think that's something that should be happening, but it just depends how much they throw at the base traits of characters.
I agree. I do.
I wanted to point something out. Do you know the day that it releases, that the Cold War releases?
November 13th.
Anything special about that day?
Yeah, isn't it your birthday?
Nope.
Dang it. Nope.
I know, I probably effed it up like
is that when the Cold War started or ended?
No. It's not to do with anything like war related. Look at a calendar.
All right. There's my calendar right here. Oh, that's sick. It's Friday the 13th. That's sick.
Because like at the end when I saw zombies, I was like, oh, that's so spooky. And then I was like, November 13th, I wonder if, and sure enough, it falls on a Friday. So like it almost like just that fact alone makes me want to break my rule and just start with zombies and be like, screw the campaign, I'll go experience the Cold War after Spooky Day. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm getting excited already because I'm like, what am I going to do on launch day? I'll be done school for the day and it's like, do I call up Nick and be like,
oh, you call him up?
Are we going to play some Zombs on the 13th or what, brother?
Oh, I'll stay up all night playing, dude. And it's sick, actually, because assuming we pre-order it ahead of time, open beta starts for us on the 15th and the 16th.
Yeah.
That's the crossplay open beta. So, like, I'm in. I want to know, we better get zombies in the crossplay beta? Probably won't, but, like, damn if we do.
Yeah, I assume, like, we should probably set our bar of expectation where it's going to be, low and like, even like last time with Blops 4, I remember I'm not sure about Modern Warfare, but I know with Blops 4, they had a good tick rate. And then when they actually, like the beta had a better tick rate than the actual release. Right. So we got to watch for things like that too. I guess we'll see when we get there, but betas are always weird. I like being a part of them, but sometimes there's parts of them that suck. and then parts of them are so good, and then you get to the actual game and they're almost inverted. Like the bad things got improved, and the good things, like the tick rate, can go down. So
100% agree. I don't know if I'm gonna have it pre-ordered by this point, but like,
you're probably gonna pre-order it like November 12th.
dude, November 13th at 9 a.m. because I did that with Destiny. So for anyone that doesn't know, I pre-ordered Destiny the day it came out. I launched it like noon. I pre-ordered it like 10 a.m.
And he still got the cold heart.
Still got the cold heart, baby. Woo!
So silly.
Oh,
That's
man.
Funny though. There's one more thing we should bring up before we go. We also have some other important news with Xbox. Would you like to enlighten us, Nick?
I would actually, and I'm gonna ask you a question that leads into it. Are you going to be buying the cross-platform bundle, the one where like if you buy it on Xbox, it's like $10 more. If you buy it on the One, you get it on the Series X, but it's $10 more.
That's a good question. If it's only $10, I probably will.
Yeah, I think I will. Just because it's like $10, and that way, even if in 3 years I get a Series X, I can be like, I still have it. I don't have to rebuy it.
I think both of us are planning on getting a Series X eventually, but I don't think. Well, we'll get into it, but it's. But
with prices like this, with prices like this, I'm gonna look up right now. Isn't it $350 for the Series S?
I think it's $379.
$379.99. Yep. And $599.99. Which like I look at it this way. I bought my Xbox One right when the 1 terabyte launched, and I paid $550 with taxes. So it was like $500, $50 tax. So $650 for this console. I'm okay to spend that. I mean, like for me, like personally, I'm okay to spend it. I think I'll probably get a Series S because like it's cheaper for me to save for, and B, I've never really cared about the graphics. Like I've never cared about all the power. So I want to get one. Yeah. I'll let you take this one, but.
No, I was going to agree because like you're on a base Xbox One right now, right?
Yeah, original Xbox One. Yep.
Okay. So for you, I think it's pretty much a no-brainer as far as like for that price point, the amount of hardware upgrade you're going to get is insane.
Huge.
So it's almost like going from like an Xbox original to an Xbox 360.
Big time.
Like just an incomparable amount of graphical difference, whether it's GPU, CPU, even the cooling unit on it. Like it's just insane. So yeah, no, I was just going to agree with you there. And one thing that people do forget is that the Xbox One X, which I bought not too long after it came out, its price point was $600 Canadian. So this isn't that outrageous. Like it's a lot for a console, but it's because it is the best console at the time right now. The same as the Xbox One X was the best console at the time, or best hardware, we should say. So it's not that crazy of a price point, and I did buy the X. The difference is I think this has 6 teraflops, and I'm pretty sure the Series X has like 12 teraflops.
Yeah, I think it's 12 or 14. Honestly, I'm gonna bug Hypersloth to make a video because he explains it really well.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm buying 2. I was like,
he's a computer nerd, dude. He's a PC master race, and we are just servants among a king.
Dude, well, you know what? Actually, I'm not gonna spoil his video, but he's got an upcoming video relating to that, and it's gonna be a gooder. It's gonna be a good one. So
honestly, and I don't mean it sarcastically, Dakota, like literally you understand PCs. Like I bought one and like I can barely tell you much about it. So when you talk about how much power a GPU is actually putting out, you know what you're talking about. So you should enlighten us, honestly.
Yeah, genuinely, like I don't understand PCs. Like I get it. Like, the X part does this, but like he broke it down for me when talking about the Xbox. He's like, no, the Xbox Series X is better for these reasons because this part's going to do this. And I was like, dude, you should make a video about this.
That would be sick. Hypersloth Gaming.
Do it.
Check it out on YouTube.
Oh, I'm going to call him out. I'm calling you out right now.
If you want to watch someone eat spicy noodles and cry about it, man. That was a good video. I like that.
I actually ate
I'll put that in the link below and you guys can sub to the channel.
It's a good one. It's a good video. So to wrap it up, this point, I think I will be buying one. I personally think I'll get the Series S because I'm a cheap bastard, but I will probably get one. For a price like that, it can't go wrong.
Yeah, it's a good price. And I mean, even if it's not enough, years down, I'm sure Series X will probably go down to like the Xbox One X. It'll probably go down to like $450. Yeah.
Dude, I can't wait till they come out the Series XX, and then eventually it's the Series XXX, and that's going to be the big one.
That'll be sick, dude.
Yeah, dude. It's the big one.
Yeah, it's so confusing. It's like, what Xbox do you have? Oh, I have Xbox One. oh, okay, I have Xbox One X. Oh, what do you have? Oh, Xbox Series X. Like,
And you're like,
by those names, you'd have no idea which
yeah,
one
it's
was
a
like
Series
the
10.
better
Like,
one.
what am I talking about?
Yeah. And like to have Xbox One S and then Xbox Series S, like
Mm-hmm.
it's so, yeah,
Mm-hmm. I
good for them.
honestly, I'm gonna do some number crunching. I might put a pre-order in because it's right after my birthday, so I'm just gonna like bug my dad and my dad, people I know. Like, don't give me gifts, man. Just give me $20 for the Xbox.
Yeah, just give me a gift card for
Well, it'll
this or
cost
that.
all
And,
my friends.
yeah.
Not really. I don't really care. I'm not huge on birthdays, but it it's gonna be cool. I will hopefully get one eventually. So
Yeah, I'm sorry to bring it up, but
do it. Do it.
if if Halo Infinite was coming out, it'd be easy. It'd be
It'd
like,
be a
I'm buying it.
no-brainer.
I'm in. I'm
It's
freaking in.
pre-order. Well, not for me,
But
but for you.
yeah. So until that Xbox, like in other words, that Series X is probably not going to be in my house. At least it could be pre-ordered, but it's not going to be physically in my house, paid and being used until Halo Infinite comes out.
Yeah.
So that's where I sit with that. But
That's
still,
the
pretty
thing.
good price point. It's better than we thought. I think I
Oh,
was thinking
way
more like
better than we
700.
thought.
So
Well, even when I saw Xbox Canada post this, I was like, that's American prices. I'm still paying a lot, but no, it's sick.
yeah, because I think the one Dakota put on Facebook was the American prices,
Yeah, but you
and
put
so it looked a
Canadian
little
out.
bit lower. But I mean, still 599 Canadian, like 600 isn't too bad. I was picturing like 7 or 750. So, um, yeah, it's for me. It's good news. It's a good day. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of news this week. Holy
Oh,
crap!
big news.
Good
Dude,
for us podcasters, I
I'm
guess.
excited. It was a literally good few days to be talking about this because I'm excited. My only complaint is there's no launch titles besides
I
COD.
know, and it's
But,
yeah, and it's like yeah. I mean, we could get into it again, but PlayStation is just it is just on the edge already,
yeah.
and they got so many more exclusives, and it's not looking good for Xbox. But
No.
oh well.
Do you think PlayStation is going to be price point lower, higher, or the same? And by the same, I mean like $20 each way.
Yeah, I think it'll probably be the same.
I think so. Yeah.
I think they could probably put $5.99, and even though it has less of the and
Less
not
power?
too much less, but just slightly
No,
less
just
of the
marginally.
yeah, just a bit on like I think they have a few less teraflops, and it's like big deal.
Yeah. Personally,
Because the
me,
trailer
not
we
gonna
watched,
notice.
like that was the PlayStation 5 engine, right?
Mhm.
Like it was running there, and so like I think it'll look pretty similar. So I think they could put the same price tag, and it won't be too big of a deal.
Yeah. Honestly, I think it's going to be good. And like, here's the thing, dude. If I saw Xbox Series X, if I had the choice, I could walk into Walmart or Best Buy, whatever, and I had enough for a Series X or a PS5 day one launch. Truthfully, I'd almost be picking PS5 because of all the exclusive titles they've got.
You could get a lot more content out of it.
Yeah.
And that's just like, yeah, if you want raw power, get the Series X,
Series X.
and play Cold War when it comes out, and it will look the best out of
Mhm.
all the consoles, other than getting a PC. That's unreal. So do that if you want. But if you want a plethora of different games, you're making a mistake by buying an Xbox Series
You
X over
are.
a PS5
And we're Xbox
if you're
guys,
looking for
truthfully.
diversity.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which sucks to say, but it's going to be good.
There's no new Halo, there's no new Forza,
Fable.
there's no new Gears of War, there's no new Fable. Like if we had those, it would be a run for PlayStation's money, and they'd be sweating
Out of the water. But
yeah.
hey, at least we can play GTA 5 and Skyrim.
Yeah,
Woo!
we can play. Yeah, amazing
Fucking
frame rate. Wow.
Skyrim. Woo.
So
I love
yeah,
Skyrim.
PlayStation. I don't know. I think
It's gonna be good.
I think yeah. If you like diversity and you want to play a bunch of different games that are good exclusives on a good console, probably get a PS5. And like you said, that's coming from guys that suck Xbox's dick all the time.
Literally, constantly.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. It's a sad day, but at the same time, I think it's a realistic price to say 600 because
I think that's a perfect price.
it's there's a lot of meat in that console, man. Like that's like when I looked at the specs, like Xbox One X when it first came out, I thought, man, this thing's sick. Like I'm gonna run 4K stuff at 60 FPS. That's unreal. But now they're saying, oh, that's nothing. Eventually, we're gonna have 8K at 120 frames per second. Like, what?
Dude,
like
I feel like 4K was like,
really?
hey, it's cool and it's gone. Next thing, like it was not around long. It's still a huge, obviously.
Yeah.
Like it blew up, and then it was like, okay, move on to the next thing.
Yeah, and it sounds like they're gonna have options for like other games like Destiny 2, for example, are gonna be on the Series X where you can, if you want, you can run that at 60 FPS on 4K. So it's like games that have a really high, like they have a lot of different shadow effects and that double aliasing. I forget all the things you call them, but all those little effects that make Destiny 2 just look so magical. That stuff's going to run at 120 frames per second if you want, or 60 FPS if you want more. That's pretty insane. So
I'm actually really pumped for that because like I've never seen an 8K 120 frame fire before. So just a complete dumpster fire. Can't wait. Into it.
Yeah, exactly.
F you, Destiny.
Yeah. Beyond Light. I'm actually beyond
hope,
done
dude.
with you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play Cold War, dude.
Yeah, literally.
Cold War.
Yeah, dude. And you know what? And leading into that, I was talking to Jared about this before. I want to do one more Destiny video where we play it before and then we play it after. I want to see what happens. I want to see the changes. Honestly, and if it's somehow better, I'll eat my words. I will say it. But I'm not eating that dinner anytime soon.
Yeah. Like maybe all of a sudden these new weapons for PvP will be just amazing, or maybe they'll have PvE modes that'll be just amazing, and we didn't see them coming. But kind of doubt it. So, it could be a fun video. Keep in touch or stay tuned for that.
Yeah.
We might also do a Black Ops 1 return and go and play the old favorite of ours and do a little dual commentary. We've been playing it together, and we were just talking about maybe it'd be cool to just actually do a dedicated video to it.
Yeah. At least the zombies video or something, you know? I'm cool for whatever.
Yeah. Black Ops 1 is sick, and it's a game that out of the Call of Duties, that is my favorite. I'm pretty sure I said that last time we had a video dedicated on COD. And I stick by that, and I'm hoping my new favorite will be Cold War.
Cold War. Dude, I got to state the revelation. I think Black Ops is my favorite COD after playing it again. Like, I don't really want to go back and play Ghosts, but, like, I'm actively thinking right now, I want to go play some Black Ops. Because, like, it's just – when we played Zombies the other day for, like, an hour and a half, it was the most fun I've had playing video games in a long time.
That's sick.
It was so fun. So
it's good to hear.
Black Ops –
What are you doing after this podcast?
I'm going to pee for about 6 minutes, and then I'll probably play some Zombies for a bit.
Cool.
Yeah.
I should do homework, but it would be really fun.
We'll play a round or two.
Call of Duty.
I'll play 1 or 2 rounds.
Sick, man. If you guys haven't yet, please watch this trailer. You're going to love it. Get hyped with us. Go down in the comment section below if you haven't yet, and let us know if you're hyped or if you don't care about the Call of Duty series at all. But if you're on the same road as us and you're hyped about this new game, let us know. And put your gamer tag down there too if you're comfortable with that and you want to play with us. My gamer tag is Shmicksy. His gamer tag is Tweak Bigfoot. So just as you see there, and we're on Xbox as we've been saying, and we'd love to play with you.
Yeah, dude. You can find us everywhere. Hit us up. It's gonna be great, dude. I'm looking forward to this new adventure for COD. I can't wait. Yeah, I am hyped. I'm legitimately hyped, and I'm more hyped about this than when I saw the Halo Infinite trailer. That's big. So that'll tell you something. That's big. That's big. Well, I think that's gonna do it for us. Thanks for stopping in and watching, guys. Yeah, thanks so much, guys. See you later. Take care. Peace.